was sipping on codeine, she a print that riding fast to see my God. Every night under the stars, she shit so I surround that door. Smoking up Metro Boomin every single day. I got all these diamonds on me, they shining bright as fuck. I done switched my swag, I broke, now look, I'm Richie fuck. My diamond choking. I been turning up. Still ain't that with me, she all on me, ain't no getting out. I been by my shit, it's fresh, ain't no sense of I'm you get my chain and keep it bracelets out of me. I do pointers, baby, sapphire stones that don't even fit. Don't even count what it is, I do my coach for me. My coach me. Trish coat, Drake on the floor, yes, it followed me. I don't follow no one, but I bet your man will follow me. Put the logos out on me. I ain't even fucking with the person in the kitchen.
I'm looking different, what do you mean?
I be cooking up,
Tired,
stuck
maybe.
in the kitchen, and my niggas, they ready to eat. Yeah, I put it out the way home every day, who fresh with me. Cause I love me, I was sipping on codeine, she a print that riding fast to see.
Yeah. So the album is growing on me, but that's what I said last night or 2 nights ago when we listened to the album. I was like, this album's cool. It's just, I think it got so overhyped to the point where, like, at least in like underground space, whatever, newer generation, whatever, that when you get really excited for something, you're expecting something hype, and then like that's just not what Destroy Lonely makes. I was listening to it in the car when I dropped my girl off to a brunch. Jeez. You know how bitches get when you drop them off at brunch. I don't even want to know what I am picking up later with just them going crazy. They had a cake and everything. One of her friends' birthdays. But yeah, I was playing in the car and like the bass was hitting, I'm not gonna lie. And so it was a good album. However, again, it could have had more energy, as we discussed. And so I stick by my rating, but it was better than a lot of the people just claiming it was mid right off the get-go. You know what I mean? Like there were a lot of songs that kind of just meshed together. If you listen to the album, just one take, it's a lot, bro. 26 tracks. It could have been cut down to like 16, 18 tops. So I'll give 8 God that. He was right. Although when I said like 26 tracks is okay for Destroy Lonely, I was thinking it was going to be a little bit more versatile. But it's like a trap album, but like a chill trap album. I think it could have had hints of, like, I think No Stylist still had some more hype songs with like, I don't even know how to say this. People are going to slaughter me for this, but like the Vaimont or whatever track, and then No Stylist, of course. And that's, again, where Ken Carson came in handy to bring some energy. It was very mellow, but again, like if you're just, just doing your thing in the car, like bumping to whatever, it's actually decent. I like it a lot. But still, I think that saying that it was low energy is a fair critique, but that doesn't mean necessarily that it's trash. However, there is I actually like this dude. This gotta be a troll. I don't know if this dude's serious, but he's just an open hater of all the new artists. He dropped this video. I'm not even gonna check it out because it's like, what's even the point? It was like, here, wait, I'll show y'all. I think we saw this on stream, but it was like, why is Ken Carson so dumb and ugly? But I do want to hear what this dude has to say about Destroy Lonely, Delete. Is there one artist that he actually likes, or is he just following the trend? Okay, so it's bad for the culture is the description of the channel. So he's trolling. He probably actually likes this music. But let's see what he says.
It's 6 in the morning and I'm recording this just to let you know I'm about to listen to this Lone album, which has 26 songs. And if any one of these 26 songs is mid or trash, you don't even want to know what's about to happen to my mom. So this better be good for her sake.
I feel like you are allowed, because that's the whole point of the 26 track album. Like you can fit as many songs, and it's almost more acceptable to have filler, because again, the 26 tracks is to have more songs on it so you can get more sales and you can experiment more with the sounds, because, you know, one person might like the song that you think is most trash, and if you have a pressure of like only 16 tracks, like you got to put bangers on there essentially, so now you can put interludes and whatever. So I don't know if that critique is valid.
Every time you look up in my eyes, she said she never did psychedelics. Well, I told her she's a try. I done lost my mind, but I think I finally found it.
Now, before you call me a
I'm not trying to get copyrighted.
hater, I just want you to realize I'm not the only one who feels this way. Majority of normal people are saying this album is kind of underwhelming. Now, of course, you're always gonna have people who just give Lone the Maya Buckets treatment, but when your fan base looks like this, you can literally do anything and get your meat polished. I've seen people calling this album of the year.
I do see that though. Like, I know that not everything is dick riding, but yo, within like 30 minutes of the album dropping, there were people being like album of the year, and a lot of them are trolls, but goddamn, like, stop glazing him, bro. Use some ketchup. Stop just slurping down the hot dogs cold. At least boil it. It's crazy. Like, kids need to chill. At least give it a day before you meat ride.
Here, they're saying Lone is gonna go mainstream with this. The only mainstream.
I'm sorry, it's not going mainstream. I don't know. The songs will definitely get on TikTok and go viral just because it's Lone and like he got the hype, and it doesn't even matter what it sounds like. People are gonna glaze no matter what. But this just didn't have very. It was more of like a soundtrack, like dark vibe. So I could see it in like Euphoria and other shows, like HBO quality shows. You know, like it was hard in that way.
Lone is going to is the river when he fills out his application for the Department of City Services. Yeah, I probably should have worked on that one a little bit more. I would actually be shocked if any of these songs, besides If Looks Could Kill, actually got anywhere on the charts. And if you're wondering why I don't like this album so much, there is quite literally nothing to talk about. It's not a horrible album. It's not a good album. It's just a slightly below.
He said it's not a horrible album. But in the title it says delete this trash album.
Mediocre piece of work that goes on for way too long. On top of this album being a whopping 26 songs, on almost every song, he just keeps dragging and dragging it on. He'll start off really strong in the first half, and then it's almost like the label told him he had to make it longer, like he needed to add a second verse.
I think that he made it 26 tracks though because he's probably not going to drop for a bit. Like, Lone seems to be less of a Ken Carson in a way of like actually feeding the fans. He's gonna be more rare with it. I feel like he's more rare. He posts less snippets. He's gonna be more Cardi-esque in that way. Whereas Ken Carson's more of like a Uzi or Future. You know what I mean?
This is not like an just let it grow on you type of deal like Whole Lotta Red was. I mean, like you trying to skip the song and he just keeps going and going and he's not saying anything. He's literally just talking. Opium, and really just rappers in general, their biggest problem is that they have good ideas. Everything they drop is conceptually good. But when it comes to actual execution and performance, they suck. Like Maya Bucket suck. And I think we all get that.
God damn. There's a second reference for Maya Buckets. She's up right now too. Like I think she's collabed with like bigger streamers.
That joke because Maya Buckets did something weird with her mouth on video. The production is not bad.
I don't know if that's weird. I feel like that's just normal.
Like a lot of the beats. I guess the producers or whoever was mixing this though, I guess they just don't understand song structure. Like they stretch these songs out so much. Like Lone will literally just keep going on and on and on about literally nothing. The best songs in my opinion are Flyish, Your Eyes, and How You Feel. And the worst songs, well like I mean dude, just do the math.
My favorite song is Passenger. Like the 808 went crazy. I was saying that on stream too, and then I listened in the car. I'm like, ugh, this makes me want to growl at people while I'm on crack on the side of the streets in Miami, like just live in a tent and everything. But yeah, I don't think this album was trash. I think it was pretty good. People are hating way too much. In fact, let's go to the other account, the news account on Twitter, and we got some major cosigns. Although, you know, people are making a big deal about this Metro Boomin cosign by for Destroy Lonely. Let me find it real quick. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. So he posted this on his story. How you feel, like just the album in general. He already said, I think, that he wanted to work with Destroy Lonely and Ken Carson. Because if you recall, I think leading up to Whole Lotta Red, although it was like 2 years prior to the actual release, Cardi said that he was locked in with Metro. Like him and Metro they have enough songs to make like a whole collab tape, which would be dope, by the way. I know Cardi's doing his whole filthy run where he's on the hard rock lane. Actually, we don't even know what's going to sound like. But a trap album by Cardi would be like the greatest blessing from Satan himself. And Metro, of course, like coming off of the last project, huge cosign. I mean, I don't know, like producers don't really get as big of looks, but like he still sold however much, like 100 something K or maybe even 200. I don't remember what he sold first week. So Metro definitely mainstream. So it's a big look, but I feel like as a producer, again, you don't get as big as, say, Drake, so maybe it's not going to bump his followers as much, but still like a great quality, incredible cosign to what actually sounds good, you know what I mean? And then, I'm sorry, but Summers is probably in shambles right now watching what Destroy Lonely, like who kind of went popping before, or sorry, Summers started popping off before Destroy Lonely, but he already got he got number 1 Apple Music on hip hop albums, but not, I think he got number 2 behind, let's see, Morgan Wallen. Okay, so my girl actually listens to Morgan Wallen so much. He's like a country singer, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not too bad. I don't really like country as much. It just reminds me of home because my parents are super Southern, and I don't know, just the bitches like to put on cowboy boots and like go to the country festivals. I don't know if they do that around where y'all live, depending on where you are, but it just pisses me off, man. Like the whole jorts and just shotgunning beers and shit. Like I'd just rather take some shots of vodka and be lit in like 3 minutes rather than trying to chug 20 beers and feeling sick from my stomach before I even get drunk. But yeah, so Destroy Lonely number 2 on top albums. That's not bad, bro. I'm hoping that it gets somewhere on the. Actually, I'm pretty sure because Hot 200 Billboard, usually Hot 100. Actually, it always is for singles. I don't know if he'll get that because the songs weren't really too big. And if Looks Could Kill didn't already get on Billboard, I can't remember if it did, but I don't think it did. It definitely streamed well, but I don't think it got on Hot 100. But Hot 200 is easier for rap artists because people actually listen to full albums there, as opposed to like pop artists where just like one song will pop off and then they don't really sell too much on the albums. Their fan bases are just not that strong. So I definitely think Lone is going to get like top 150 at least on the Hot 200. It looks like it's higher than Jack Harlow, but to be fair, Jack Harlow dropped a week ago, so of course the surge in streams, we'll have to wait like a couple, 1 or 2 weeks to see where it actually lands in like how much it sticks to the fan base, but still a solid accomplishment if you ask me. And if you're saying Ghost is better, I'm sorry, but you're just wrong. I'm not even trying to hate here. Like I did not think the Summers album was better than Destroy Lonely's in any sense. It just, I'm sorry, nah, bro. Cause like, if you're an actual Lone fan and you know what his music sounds like, it's exactly what he just dropped on the album. Of course, it wasn't like as hyped as it was getting because his fans on TikTok were overblowing the shit out of that. Pause. But that's what you should have expected anyway. You know? Anyway. Let's check. Okay, so also regarding albums, Billboard changed its rules, and I actually have, I'm not gonna say insight, but I'm pretty sure. So like, you know how big businesses, it's called lobbying. They lobby with the government so that they can get certain laws passed that will benefit them, and that's why a lot of these Congress people are paid off. They have like super PACs and whatnot. That's why they're like millionaires with their salaries, which are not millions of dollars. They're like hundreds of thousands. Don't get me wrong, but they get their money from the super PACs. So I'm thinking with this new rule, and it's not even new, it's actually just reverting back, that merch bundles will now count again towards sales on the Billboard 200. So right before Travis Scott. I'm not gonna say Uzi and Carter because they don't really get as many merch bundles, but like I'm thinking that, Universal, Sony, Warner, they were like, yo, bruh, to Billboard, just count the merch bundles because it's like fans are streaming the shit out of these songs, but it's not counting as well. So we need some sort of leeway so that we can actually sell well, because these artists are big, say like Travis Scott, but they're only for streams. Astroworld only did 250K streams wise, but then merch bundles it did 250K again, and that each one of those purchases, and that honestly, unless you're really manipulating the system by buying your own merch, it does kind of tell that you do have a lot of fans. So I think that it's legitimate if Billboard wants to do this. NF and like a lot of the lyrical rappers, I think Logic did it too. They have diehard fan bases that actually do spend money on vinyls. So they're the only ones who are kind of benefiting from the previous rule that was going on for like 1 or 2 years. So I think for, more of the trap rappers and whatnot, like it actually helps where the audience doesn't buy vinyls as much, because that's just, I don't know. Like who even has a vinyl? I have a vinyl from Whole Lotta Red and Self-Titled, but like I've never even opened the plastic around the vinyl because I use it as art rather than the actual music. But Lone had vinyls too, or CDs maybe too. They had like an extra 4 songs. I think that was a cool way to potentially boost up some sales. 1111, shout out 1111. He said, I was just getting used to these sales numbers. Facts. Like I think that it made it so when we saw low numbers, it kind of gave people an excuse, or artists or labels an excuse to be like, oh yeah, well, we sold low, but it's because merch bundles, bruh. But now, like, you don't got any excuse. You can buy your own fucking sales. These labels already buy streams, so now they got multiple ways to get their numbers up. So there is no excuse to flop anymore. No matter who you are, just buy your own CDs, bruh. And it's like you're paying yourself at that point. So it's like a wash. Your CDs cost $9.99. Okay, that $9.99 minus transaction fees and taxes is going straight to you. So like, it's so easy. Which is kind of fucked in a way, but again, you can they already got all these stream bots going, so it's the same thing. Look at the chart data alone, stream nearly 10 million. That's cool. Let me see. Chart data. Let's see. I'm going to do a Control F. Lone. Right here. Destroy Lonely earned his biggest streaming day of all time on Spotify. That makes sense because I feel like he's at the peak of his career. Not saying that he won't get bigger, because I do think he still will. But, he's the highest he's ever been and continuing to go up. Although I know there's mixed reviews about the album, but I still think that people are gonna be dick riding and continuing to, not even dick riding. People are going to continue to listen to him to hear what he has to say the next album, like as he progresses. I think if you just reduce the amount of songs in the albums, it would be way better because there's like less filler and it seems more versatile. You can pick this, and it also helps this merch bundle situation. Now you can drop a 16-track album and actually still get good numbers without messing up the quality of your album. But let's see. So all time on Spotify yesterday or the 2 days ago, he did 10 million streams. Now, for album sales, it's hard to tell because the album sales is for US only, but let's just see. For Spotify alone, and we can multiply it by like, let's say 2 for Apple Music, which has less subscriber base, and YouTube and like the other smaller streaming platforms. It's probably a multiplier of 2 as Spotify is the largest streaming platform. So 10 million times 2 is 20 million streams divided by 1250, which is an album. That's 16K. Now again, I don't that's one day though. So let's multiply this by like, let's say 3 for like a week's worth of streams. And again, these are just ballparking. That's 48,000. He might hit 20K because remember it's US and we're just calculating the total albums sold in like worldwide. So for US, It might be 20. It might be a little less, maybe 10 to 20K. I'm thinking 10 to 20K. As I predicted, I just want to say, we got to stop. Like, I want to shut up all of the 60K predictions, bro. Like, he's not that big yet. No hate. I wish all the best for these artists, but that's just, you're asking for too much. Mid-album, but he's getting a bag. Hey, that's all music is right now, the music business. And I'm happy. I'm always happy about people getting a bag. That's my favorite activity, making money. I was telling my girl that. I was like, I don't spend too much money because there aren't really many fun things that you can do buying money. It only buys you short-term pleasure. But hey, making money, that's the best. Let's see. Okay, so Ken Carson also previewed some snippets yesterday, I want to say, or one snippet. I think it just sounds like, I only listened to like 3 seconds of it because I wanted to react to it, but we'll see. I feel like it just sounds like his typical low voice snippet that he's been doing the last couple of months. He's not dropping for a while though, so maybe he can come back on, I don't know, come back with something fresh. What up, Jugo?
They like, hello.
It's so funny hearing the difference between Lone's like super low energy, just and then Ken's like coming on some crack.
Hold on. I'm about to take off, yeah. Shawty got no respect when it comes to that asshole. She passing it out. I be very from head to toe, even the sock. I got every Balenciaga boots except for the Crocs.
There's a lot going on in the beat, but it's also probably drowned out by the screen recording, or sorry, like the live. So again, it's just hard to tell. Okay, so now to end this, it's not even to end this debate because it's going to keep going, and I don't mean to compare, but you know, it just makes it, you know, we got to do it. That's, rap is a sport at the end of the day. So people are saying Ken is better. They're saying that now because of the Lone album. I still disagree. I think Lone overall is still a better artist. I just think that yes, we needed Ken Carson on that opium or on his album If Looks Could Kill just to bring back some energy, but I know Destroy Lonely has that energy too, like in No Stylist by himself. It's just, again, the album was really long. So overall, I think Lone's in a better position for like the long term of his career, whereas Ken Carson's a bit one-dimensional with his hype music. Again, I love both of their music, so people are gonna take like that one sentence from me and like just like think that I'm calling someone trash. That's not true, okay? But we do tend to get a lot of hype music from Ken Carson, and I think that it's easier to go from like a slower type to having a couple hype tracks that blow up. It's just when you had, like, say with X, as in Ken Carson's last album, it was just like straight fucking Adderall in your ear, and I just can't do that. I can only handle a certain amount of hype songs, just like how I can tolerate more chill songs though, just because I don't know, I only got so much energy in the day. I can't be on cracked out on coffee all day, but you know, you can listen to some chill tracks and all of a sudden have something to rage to. But hey, we all got our own opinions. Lone is more influential, but Ken is better. I think Lone's got a more hardcore fan base right now. I mean, if you just tell the hype behind each album, if Destroy Lonely sells 10 to 20K, you'll essentially know for a fact. Like there's no debate. It's like who's bigger currently, and And of course, you can have an opinion about who you think is better subjectively, but objectively, better is backed up by numbers a lot of times. And, you know, there's more people listening to a certain song. Not saying that it's necessarily better, but like, okay, they're bigger. They're bigger. Destroy Lonely's bigger if he sells more, right? I think that's easily an argument. But yeah, I think Destroy Lonely is a more long-term sound, whereas Ken Carson was one of the leaders of this new Rage sound. So you got to give him that. I don't think many people are rapping on Destroy Lonely beats as much as they were with Rage. However, I feel like it's harder to rap on those, whereas the Rage beats, you can kind of just like get on there and let the beat go, get carried by it, and I don't know, like come up with some catchy, even if it's just like some Lil Pump flow, and it'll still sound good if people are into that sound at the time, which again, Rage is more trendy at the moment, or for the past couple of years, whereas the guitar rap beats that Destroy Lonely's been on, I don't know if everybody can rap on that. I mean, I'd be interested in hearing Kent Carson on that or other rappers, but I don't know. Like that's kind of Destroy Lonely's sound solely, whereas the Rage beats, a lot of people are rapping on them. So it must mean that they're more easily accessible. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. Ken is for the mosh pits for sure. Like performance music, Ken's definitely got it. Because he just got more songs. Even if you don't necessarily like his music as much, you can definitely see Ken jumping around on stage. Whereas Destroy Lonely, to perform the songs that he just dropped, he's got to be lucky up on stage with his lean gut and be like kind of just standing there rapping the words. Whereas Ken, you don't even have to say the words. He can just like come in with the ad-libs and be like, yo, and then go to the other side. Get blown on stage and all that. Know what I'm saying? All right. What else? So, I don't even know if this is like really big news. It's not. Uzi's alleged scrapped pink tape cover art. Yeah, I feel like it's all too similar. And there's the pink diamond. It's all too similar to the Pluto, Baby Pluto, where there were two astronauts. Is Uzi still going with the space theme? I guess that's been his thing this entire time. Like there's always that colored planet in the top right or left corner in a lot of his cover arts. Even with Eternal Attack, they're on a different planet. So we'll see. But this was that little Daft Punk mask that he was wearing at one point. There was like pictures that surfaced a long time ago. I don't know. I don't think it's good enough. But I think Uzi said it was never, or it was. I don't know. Somebody showed me DMs with Uzi saying that was never a cover art. But then the artist came out and said, yeah, this was an idea. Who really knows? But yeah, it's not. Uzi could literally just have a picture of himself on a cover art, and I think it would be better than that. It's kind of corny in a way. It looks like AI. It probably does have some sort of like effect on it that makes it like, what does AI even look like anymore? Like in my company, not like my own, but the company that I work for and do consulting for, we're implementing AI marketing strategies where it has generative AI to create content, and it's like it literally just makes content like humans based on data. It can just scrape the internet of what looks like an astronaut, and it'll come up with that. And so it just, they're making what's already been done influenced by a bunch of different astronauts or a bunch of different of the keyword that you put in there. So soon you won't even be able to tell what is AI and what is real. You know, it's just made by a machine or like an algorithm. AI is cringe. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but AI is not going anywhere. It's already getting implemented in levels that you don't even realize. Like your feed on your Twitter and Instagram and everything is already, your recommendation algorithms on Amazon, YouTube is all powered by machine learning and AI. So it's not like crypto where people think that it's just a fad. Like, no, I'm not talking about ChatGPT even, because maybe that is a fad, because it's kind of just like Google where you can search something like an answer, and there's way more applications that you can use, and I have used ChatGPT and I still do a lot, but yeah, AI is not going anywhere. So to call it cringe, like I get it because it's a fad and people are hopping on it so fast, but it's been around for a long time too. And yeah, AI, if you create a company based on AI, you're going to be making a bag. A bag. Lil Durk said he needs to drop before Uzi. Yeah, saw that. I was like, what does that even mean? Because that just means that Uzi is trying to drop soon, which I feel like he's been trying to drop soon for a while. And we did know that he's been like he's been saying it for the past few months. But what does that necessarily mean? Like this summer? Or does that just mean that you're trying to drop it and then it just doesn't drop and then you keep saying it the next year? So I don't think he's going to have a problem. Lil Durk's one of those artists that actually drops more frequently than Uzi. So to say that he needs to hurry up and drop before him, he's scared of his sales or whatever. He doesn't want to get, because Uzi would definitely sell more than Lil Durk. Lil Durk's like a NBA YoungBoy type where he'll sell 60 to, actually he'll sell more than 60. He'll hit like 100K at least, but not too much past that, because it's just, but the thing is, Durk and those street rappers, yes, they might get less album sales within the first week, but then they live on forever. Like I think Durk and Whole Lotta Red dropped on the same day, but that year in 2020, Lil Durk's album actually sold more total. So the rappers that we listen to, they actually they got more hype the first week, you know? They have legs. That's a good way to say it. Jack Harlow album. Jack Harlow, I feel like lost a lot of hype. He didn't have like the glamorous song on there on this album. I still have not listened to it. It just hasn't really been relevant in my mind. I'm going to, because I heard a track and it actually wasn't bad. It was just like more classic rap that Jack Harlow does, rather than trying to capitalize on glamorous and like these samples that are, of course, blow up on TikTok, but they're actually better music. Like Glamorous was trash. I hated that song. It was not good. The original Fergie Glamorous song was way better. Lone is selling 10 to 20K, in my opinion. What else? Oh, someone said there's a new Yeet snippet. Where is it? Yeet's been dropping hella snippets. And I dropped a reaction to just like a 15. It's crazy that I have it's crazy that I just dropped reactions to a snippet and his fans are going crazy over 15 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So Yeet still definitely got that cult fan base and they're ready to hear him drop again. Even though the Afterlife album, I don't even know how long it's been since that project, but it hasn't been that long, like a couple months, maybe a few, and they're already ready. So his career, he is going to make so much money because his discography is so deep, yet he still sells so well. Where is it? I can't even find it. And he dropped another song, Already Rich. Did I pass it? Ken Carson. Bro, where is this? Yeet snippet. That's not it. It's not that. That's not it either. Am I tripping? Is this it?
I'm not your homie. Call me fire, cause I'm fire with the
So he's bringing back the bells, but it's still got like the little alien voice in the background.
Links. Bitch, I gotta brush my teeth to keep my diamonds clean. I don't fuck nobody, bitch, but everyone fuck with me. I could call the cartel, I call that Cuban link. All this fucking time passed, where that shit leave me. I was fucking blindfold, but now this shit 3D. I got motherfucking money, I got everything. I could double down, little bitch, but you can't touch me.
See, people are gonna say, oh, it's too chill or whatever, but because it's Yeet, they're not gonna call it. Actually, you know what? A lot of fans are gonna say that it's mid just because there's a whole. It's cool to hate Yeet now because he's big, but I was gonna say because it's Yeet, they're gonna be more accepting of the chill songs from him as opposed to Destroy Lonely's album. But at the same time, Yeet does drop a lot of hype songs, so when he does drop a chill snippet or a song, it's more acceptable in a way because there's a lot of variety. Whereas Lone, yeah, the whole issue was just not necessarily the chill music, but it was just a lot. It was like overkill of the chill music, you know? All right, well, I gotta go do some. I'm getting lit tonight, y'all. I'm going to some festival on the beach. I don't even know what it is. My girl got us tickets, and I'm meeting up with some friends. So if I stream or post some weird shit tonight, y'all know what happened. I'm off something, okay? I don't know what I'm gonna be off of, but just be prepared if I turn like